Hey guys, and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the best way to make gold in Dragonflight and in World of Warcraft in general. Now this way has been the best way to make gold throughout all of World of Warcraft, and that is right, it is flipping on the auction house. Now things have changed a bit with the region-wide auction house. That is why I'm bringing you this video, showing you how to do it. Now there's two ways to go about it now. So you can flip items that are just on your realm Pacific auction house, or that go into the region-wide auction house. Now the best items I recommend flipping are items on your Pacific realm auction house. So things that aren't a commodity, things that don't stack, so things like transmog pieces, pets, mounts, recipes, things like that, cosmetics, everything like that that is on the realm Pacific auction house is a great thing to flip, and I'll be showing you exactly how it works and how I do it too. So we're on my character that I started about a month ago or a few weeks ago. That is a flipping challenge where I started from 100k and I'm going to flip my way all the way up to gold cap. That is right, by just flipping on the auction house on a level 1. So anyone can do this, and that is why I started this series. If you have not watched it already, I have a series which is called Flipping from 0 to gold cap, and you can watch that, and I highly recommend watching that. It goes a bit more in depth on how to flip, but in this video I'm going to be explaining how I do it and how you too can do it also. So basically you want to have TSM. It is a must-have app for flipping, and then you can have Auctionator. It's like a different version of TSM, but I recommend TSM is a must-have. And you can also use point blank sniper to get some snipes and get some really cheap good deals. However, you can do all of this with TSM, so don't worry if you've only got TSM, you're ready to go. So with TSM, I have groups of items that I know that are worth flipping and that people want to buy and that are worth a decent amount of gold. And basically what I do is I run a TSM scan on the auction house, and this will show you a whole heap of data about the items. And then with that data, I decide whether or not I want to buy and resell. So it has a few things. The main thing that I look at is the market value and the region market value. This basically means the average price that this item has sold on the auction house, and it gives you a good idea what is going on. It will also show the sell rate, and the sell rate will determine how quick an item will sell. If it's too low, I don't really want to mess with it unless it's a really good flip. So the higher the sell rate, the better. And basically, there are certain things in TSM when you are posting an item that determines how much you'll post for. So for an example, I use smart average buy. And basically, when you buy an item, it will give you an average price that you have spent on that item. And how I have my TSM settings set up, I would never sell an item less than 50% more of the smart average buy. It will just not post it on the auction house, or it will post it for the 50% higher than what the smart average buy that I've brought the item for. This way I never lose money when I'm flipping, and it's always profitable no matter what item I buy and for what price I buy it for. So I'll just show you on TSM what I mean by all of these things. So let's head over to the auction house right here. And like I said, this is on a new character that I started a few weeks ago for a flipping challenge where I started off with 100k and we've worked our way up. So as you can see, we have 6,410,000 gold worth of items listed up on the auction house currently. And this is all from the last few weeks of flipping, which you can watch all through my flipping series. But basically, how it works, you have these groups right here, and these groups are hand-picked groups that I have, which you can find in my flipping guide, but we'll get a bit more about the flipping guide a bit later in the video. Basically what I do is I will run a shopping scan, and this will bring up all of the items inside of my groups, my TSM groups. And on the side here, it actually will show you a percent, and this percent is a percent of the market value on my realm. So anything under 50% is worth looking at and buying. And so for an example, just to learn a little bit more about TSM and how I like to read the prices and what I like to sell, if you look here on the tooltip, you can see that there is a market value on this item of, let's do a bit cheaper one just so it makes more sense. So you can see the market value for this is 1,649 gold. That means that is the average price that it sells for on my realm, and there's one listed for 200 gold. And as you can see, that is giving a 12% market value, and so that means it's 12% of the actual market value price. So this could be an item worth looking at to flip. So basically what I do is I'll run a scan of all my items inside of my TSM groups. I'll go through them. If they've got a good market value and the price is currently lower than the market value, they're worth looking at. And then I'll also look at the region sale average. So the region sale average for this specific item is only 221. So that means region wide is basically all the realms on your on your region, being NA for this example. So this item could be worth flipping, however it's just got a high value, market value on my realm. So I'll find an item here that is actually worth flipping altogether. So here is a great example. This helmet right here is listed for 29 gold and it has a 3% market value. So the market value on my realm is 1,109 gold. And then if you look at the region sale average, it's 165 gold. So if we were to buy this for 29 gold, it's a great deal. And if there was no other competition, which there is, what we would do with this exact item is buy it all the way down to the 400 gold one, so all the 29 gold ones, and would undercut this next guy. If there wasn't any competition, we would post at the market value, so 1,109 gold. And basically what I do is I buy all the items that are way under the market value, and then I relist them for the market value. Using my TSM operations, they have specific percentages of how I like to post when I post these items, so I never lose profit and I always make the most profit possible. And now if you want the exact TSM groups that I have for all of these items and the operations, so the listing operations, so it posted them at a profitable price every single time, you can get all of this inside of my flipping guide, and you can basically just plug this in to your TSM and off you go, flipping exactly how I do. Now for an example, I'll just actually show you how this works. So I would buy all the ones for 29 gold, and what my TSM settings will do is actually post them undercutting the next guy at 401 gold. This means we're always competitive with the price, but we're always going to make profit no matter what. So as you can see, we've brought them all up to the 401 gold, and what we'll do now is simply go over to the mailbox, get this out, and then we'll relist this, and that is how flipping works. It's very simple if you have the right TSM groups and operations set up ready to go. So here are the ones that we brought right here. Here are some other items that we actually brought before to flip. So these are a great example to show you. We have paid for this right here 333 gold, and we'll be relisting this because there's no other competition for this item for 457 gold. Now same with this item right here. If there is competition, we have brought both of these. Well, we brought one for 8k and we brought one for 5k, and we'll be relisting them for a minimum, an absolute minimum of 43k gold. So it's big profits right there. And now if there's someone else having that item listed on the auction house, it will undercut them, so we're competitive and we're more likely to get the sale. But if there's not, it will post at the maximum price of 68,000 gold. Now once you have the items that you want to flip and that you've brought for a good price, you simply come over to the auction house, come to auctioning, click on run a post scan, and it will post them to my TSM criteria. So as you can see, we bought that for 29 gold, and now we're relisting them for 401 gold. So you can simply post them just like that. It's very, very simple to do. Now the best part about this, you only need to put in about 5 to 10 minutes per day of doing a scan, relisting your items, and collecting your gold. This is why this is hands down the best way to make money in World of Warcraft, and it always has been. Like I mentioned before, if you want to learn exactly how to do this, it's all inside my flipping guide, which will be the first link down below. You'll also get all my TSM groups of all the items that are worth flipping, and it will also have my TSM operations. So when you post, it is all posting correctly, and you're always going to be making profit when you're flipping. Anyways guys, hit that thumbs up button. There's going to be a lot more videos about flipping, explaining how to do it. There's actually a few more on the channel that you can go back and watch, and I highly recommend watching my flipping series, because you can actually watch me start from 100k gold and work our way all the way up to what we are now in just a couple of weeks. Anyways guys, till the next video, take care.